Okay, this is probably going to be a two-part video. The audio's really kind of funny down here in the basement. I don't know why, so I'm going to have to work on that. So I hope you guys can hear me fine and everything. This is just a breakdown of one of my firearms, my Stevens 320, Savage 320, however you want to call it. For my course at SDI, we have to use the tools that we have, that they supply to us. Now, they supplied us a lot of tools. So this, actually I got this bag because I won a contest with the school. So it came with that bag, which is, I mean, a really good bag. It's awesome. And a SDI t-shirt and a hat. That's normally the green t-shirt that you see me on in my videos, see me with in my videos when you see it. So in this kit right here, this is going to be the first part, and then the second part I'll actually be taking it down. In this kit right here, you have your punches, you have your brass punches for, of course, you're working on sights, things like that. You have a drill set, a swivel drill set, so you don't have to actually really go out and buy one. They send it to you, and it's set to the proper depths, so that's a good thing. You don't really have to measure things. Funny thing is, for my last class, I actually got some drill bits and I taped them off and measured them and blah blah blah. Then after I did all that, made the video, got a good grade on it and everything, I go back into my SDI equipment, and guess what? Ta-da! I could have used these. So, they actually obviously send you more than you think that you have. A set of screwdrivers, that's great. Of course, the hammer, brass end, and then a rubber end. So that's all good. I'm not going to be using this probably. Because it's a Stevens, I'm just going to use my same hammer that I used in my last video. But this is this. I'm not going to be using the brass punches. I know I won't need that. Now, if you, depending on the type of firearm that you're working on, of course, you don't want to, mar anything or anything like that. Then, especially a client's, customers, you want to use brass and stuff like that. This right here is mine, so it's really whatever. It's a Stevens 320. I really like it, but of course it's mine, so I can always repair whatever I jack up. Here's a cleaning kit. Won't be using that. Just showing you, just some of the stuff. And this is literally just some of the stuff. They send you stuff all the time. All while you're in the course, next thing you know, you're standing there on your porch. You show up, and there's a note on your door from UPS or whatever, and hey, come to the post office. You go, and they've sent you something else. The other day they sent me a wood stock, a rifle stock. I would say it's kind of like this one here that I got. This is for the Garand that I got. This is the one that I put the slings on that I was talking about. I had the drill bits from the school. So, yeah, they sent me one of those, but it's unfinished. It has a cheek riser already on it, cut into it, so you just got to kind of finish it off, cut it in, and everything. It's really nice. I didn't expect that. I still have to contact them to find out what am I supposed to do anything with that before I start. You get something, you start messing with it, then they send you a letter. Oh yeah, you know that we sent you. You're going to be graded on doing this. Well, I already messed it up. So in there were files that I didn't talk about, but yeah, there were files and everything. And there's a bunch of more stuff in this bag. All I really need out of this bag right now are these punches. Okay, so seeing that, I'm going to basically be using this hammer, just good old trusty dusty HDX. Always have your cool refreshments. I'm down in the basement. It's really hot down here. Yet again, don't know why. It was cooler when I came, but I guess once you start moving around, the lady's doing laundry, so the dryer's in the background, so that may be the reason for funny sounds too. But last time there was nothing, and it's just like a really weird sound. I don't know if it's the echo or I don't know. It's just weird. But I keep my tea on here to stay cool. Okay, so one other thing I use a lot until I get other things that I need to gunsmith, but duct tape. In one of my first bug out videos I made, I talked about duct tape and Gorilla Glue. Duct tape. I'm not even using it for tape, but you know, for taping, this is great. They're always level. They're the same. You can use it to punch pins in, you know, and they're not going anywhere. So I oftentimes use my duct tape. Really, I'll just, you know, put parts on it. I'll put the rifle on there and tap, 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 and do that. So Stevens, here's my slings. And this actually has this on it, and the Stevens has the swivels back here to, so that you can, if you want to mount a sling, you could do that, and a one-point sling even from the back. They have it one in the front as well, which you'll see here shortly. This is my Stevens. Of course, first thing you want to do, now, the reason why you want to do that, good example. Honestly, I thought I had emptied this before I even started this video. I was pretty sure that it was empty, but that's why they say do that, and that's why I do it. Because I was pretty sure it was empty, and these are not, this is a 12 gauge, it's not a 16 or 20 gauge, this is a full-on 12 gauge, so you know what happens with that. So, now it is clear. Always check your firearm, make sure it's clear. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to lock it back. I'm going to look in there, look down the barrel, make sure there's nothing else in there. Yeah, we're good to go. I can see light. There's no funny looking shell stuck somewhere that when I close it up, it's going to pop in there, ricochet, and part the no hair that I don't have already. Okay, get this out of the way. Now, like I said, for this project, it's really, because of the way this particular fire, it breaks down really good, really easily. They haven't sent me a tool like, you know, that's long enough to go down here, and so I'm just going to, or I would take this part off and do some more intensive breakdown of it. But what they gave me is definitely enough for me to go in here and, you know, do what I need to do to break it down. So, and if it's not, then what I'll probably wind up doing is taking this off anyway, which I kind of think I'm going to have to, which will be part 2 of the video, because in order to get the trigger group out of here, you got to punch this out, and I believe in order to get that out, this has to be off, because then you have to go and slide that out that way. It doesn't just pull out, you know, it just slides out. And we're going to find out. Okay, so let's see how far we are right now. We're at 8 minutes. At 10 minutes, basically, I'm going to stop video 1 and go to video 2. So with the Stevens, now that we are all cleared and we know it, with this, you have to suppress a little button. Okay, so, and you have to kind of ride this back halfway like that. See that? Where it's kind of halfway open there. Now, the top part here is what you're going to unscrew. This is the top to the magazine. There. And with this halfway, like that, let me put it down here. You just slide that off. It goes there. And now you have the basics of the breakdown. Let me see if I can get that in some better lighting. There you go. And so it's just the barrel and receiver action group there, the bolt group there, with the extractor and all that. Now, what we want to find out is if I tap this pin out, see, duct tape. Now what I generally do is I take the full roll and I'll put it whatever I'm going to be tapping on, and then Now, when it comes to your punches, you have a couple options here. This pin here, I don't know if you can see it. I'll show it close enough. But see how it has a little divot in it? It has that groove. So, because it has that, there's actually a punch that you can use that's really good for that specifically. And this way you're not using your flat punch, you know, and either flattening some of that out on the inside of there or rounding the edges of your punch. And that's going to be this punch right here. I don't know if you can see it better like that, but it's rounded. So, and it fits, like I'm talking about, perfectly in there. So we're going to go ahead and tap this out. We're going to see what happens. Like I said, I'm going to stop this video in a minute. That's tapped out. So we were fortunate. We found that came out. Now, of course, there's always little springs, and I've never taken this apart before. I just, know how to take it. But you always want to be careful because there's always little springs and stuff somewhere that you get to taking things apart and you don't know how it goes back together, or you don't realize it's under spring tension. The next thing you know, you got springs popping all over the place, you're looking all over for them, and you can't find them. So, we're going to stop this video here. I'm going to pick it up on video number 2. Okay, got that.